What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only boy do I know boxer coming back at y'all with another one. So we got Canelo Alvarez and his announcement in the news. All right, so Canelo Alvarez has stated that he has an announcement. Well, he had an announcement to make today, which was announced that he would basically be, I mean, everybody was pretty much expecting him to announce an opponent, but you know, that was a letdown. His announcement was basically that he will be fighting on Azteca, or all his fights will be on Azteca, you know, as that's the, you know, the Mexico channel in Mexico or whatnot, which, you know, shout out to them, that's good for them. But he did, while he didn't announce an opponent, he did drop a hint in stating that his next opponent will be American. So that does rule out Jaime Munguia, which to me, that's I view that as a good thing, because I do feel like Jaime Munguia did not deserve a fight with Canelo over, you know, David Benavidez. However, the problem is it's still unlikely that Canelo Alvarez fights David Benavidez in May. And at this point, bro, it's like it's kind of like this is, now I've got my mind focused like kind of on the fact that Canelo Alvarez, I mean, at least not in May, it's not going to be David Benavidez. So chances are more than likely Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Jermall Charlo. Now, if I'm wrong, and if it is David Benavidez, bro, I will come on here and give Canelo so much props and respect, bro. Like, you know, I would give Canelo all the credit in the world, because that's, you know, that fight, it would be huge. But it looks like Canelo Alvarez is gonna fight Jermall Charlo, right? I did the research. Let me go ahead and let you guys in on the research, and then we'll talk about the possibility of each opponent that he may face in May. All right, so shout out to TalkSports.com. It says Canelo Alvarez makes announcement about his next fight, which appears to suggest that he will be fighting Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez, or Terrence Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez has revealed his next fight on May 4th in Las Vegas will be against an American. This appears to support recent reports suggesting that he will he will be back in action against Jermall Charlo, the twin brother of his last opponent, Jermell Charlo. In September, Canelo began a 3-fight pact with Al Haymon's PBC. He was initially supposed to face the inactive WBC middleweight champion Jermall Charlo on that date. However, Jermall was not ready for the bout, so his brother Jermell Charlo jumped in and took the opportunity instead. Jermell was the undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super welterweight champion of the world at the time. Therefore, he jumped up 2 weight class and challenged Canelo for his undisputed super middleweight world titles. In the end, the weight disparity was too much for him, and the Mexican star dominated the fight in a comfortable unanimous decision. It is unconfirmed who Canelo's next opponent on May 4th, who will be Canelo's next opponent on May 4th, though the two names recently report to be front runners were Jermall Charlo and Jaime Munguia. Canelo has now announced on TV Azteca in Mexico that his next bout will be against an American, not a Mexican. So that rules out Jaime Munguia and appears to support reports claiming Jermall is next. There could yet be a curveball with David Benavidez and Terrence Crawford also in the mix as American boxers who have called out Canelo and are linked with Al Haymon's PBC. However, Jermall now appears to be the clear front runner and indicates suggesting that it will be he who steps into the ring with Canelo on May 4th in Las Vegas. All right, let's go ahead and talk about these possibilities, all right? So, all right, listen. I'm gonna be first to say I'm already kind of expecting it. So if Canelo was to announce he's fighting Jermall Charlo, it wouldn't even be a letdown at this point, because I kind of see where this is going. But I just want to make it clear, this is why, you know, you got my channels, y'all know I've been pushing for Canelo to fight David Benavidez, but this is just my true reason why I don't want Canelo to fight Jermall Charlo. Honestly, bro, like I said, Jermall Charlo has been hella inactive, going through a lot. We want to see the best versus the best. All right, now, yes, I find it ironic how in 2020, when we were pushing for Canelo to fight Jermall Charlo, all of the Canelo fans were saying, all the Canelo fanboys were saying that Jermall Charlo did not deserve a fight with Canelo. Now all of a sudden, my only thing in that is what's changed since 2000 outside of what's changed since 2020 outside of Jermall Charlo fighting, being inactive not only for basically 2.5 years, but coming back fighting Jose Benavidez Jr. How does that all of a sudden, now your story changes and you're excited about Canelo fighting Jermall Charlo? What's changed since 2020? That's what I would love to hear from a Canelo fanboy. What has changed since 2020? All of a sudden, Canelo, you're happy that Canelo is fighting Jermall Charlo, because when people were pressing for Jermall Charlo to fight Canelo, when Jermall Charlo was active and just fought Sergey Derevyanchenko, nobody felt like Canelo deserved, or Jermall Charlo, or none of the Canelo fanboys felt like Jermall Charlo deserved that fight. So I'd love to know what changed since then. Secondly, it's just like, bro, Jermall Charlo, he's just been too inactive, and he has not looked. He came back fighting Jose Benavidez and didn't really look all that good. I mean, he looked good. Okay, let me stop. He did look decent, but you could tell he still has ring rust to shake off. So now my second question to Canelo fanboys is, how does that make me a hater for not wanting to see that fight now? How does that make me a hater now? Because I just gave you a logic reason as to why I don't feel like Jermall Charlo should be Canelo's next opponent. How does that make me a hater? And don't come on here saying, oh, Canelo fought this guy, because I just did a video shutting that down. Because you guys called Floyd Mayweather a ducker when he fought that guy, and that guy. So I don't want to hear y'all now. I don't want to hear that. Anyways, the next possible opponent is Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, this is the reason why I don't want Terrence Crawford to fight Canelo, because Terrence Crawford is not even a career welterweight, but that's the highest weight class that he's fought at. Wouldn't you guys want Canelo to fight somebody where it would shut up all the fans, right? But if he fights Terrence Crawford, that's a welterweight, bro. Canelo fights at super middleweight. That's 3 weight classes above him. So why would I want to see Terrence Crawford, who's never fought above 147, who started off at 135? And I get it. I know what you guys are going to say. Well, Canelo did too. Bro, Canelo fought at 135 when he was 16. I'm sorry, not even 18, 16. He was 16. Bro, he didn't make his mark until he was at 154. That means absolutely nothing. When Terrence Crawford was 16, he was fighting at what, 130, 120 something in the amateurs? Like, come on, bro. I don't want to see that, bro. I just don't think that. I don't want to see Terrence Crawford move up 3 weight classes. And then again, bro, for the Canelo fanboys, like, when y'all want to shut us up, like, if dude jumps up and fights him, like, wouldn't that kind of make it like to where that's another built-in excuse? He's fighting a welterweight. You know, he just fought a super welterweight with Jermall Charlo. Like, that would just, like, what? That doesn't do anything for Canelo's career. All right. But David Benavidez does. Think about this for a second. I want you guys to think about this in every aspect, right? Boxing is a sport dressed up as a business, right? Think about this for a second. If Canelo Alvarez were to fight David Benavidez, a Mexican American, don't you think that fight would do stupid numbers, bro? Who do you think would sell more numbers? Canelo versus Jermall Charlo or Canelo versus David Benavidez? David Benavidez. That would do stupid numbers, bro. Like, and then on top of that, here's something else. It's a fan-friendly fight. David Benavidez ain't finna be running nowhere, as you guys like to use the term running. David Benavidez ain't finna be doing that. He finna be right there. Canelo Alvarez finna be right there. That's a fan-friendly fight. So not only does it do good business-wise, it makes more sense business-wise. Bro, it's a fan-friendly fight. On top of that, he's a legitimate super middleweight. Jermall Charlo has never fought at 168. He technically fought at super middleweight in his last fight against Jose at a catchweight, but they never fought at. He's not a career super middleweight. He never fought at 168. Terrence Crawford never even fought above 147. So why not fight a career super middleweight and nobody could say anything? Nobody could say anything, bro. So it makes sense business-wise. Legacy-wise, none of these dudes do anything for Canelo's career. Canelo's career is already solidified, but I mean, business-wise, to me it makes more sense than both of these guys. Why not make this fight? This is the fight that has to happen. So that's just my take on it. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Who do you want to see Canelo in there with next? Who do you think he's going to announce to fight next? But what do I know?